Thank you, thank you. Well, I met Dolly Parton in the 70s when she was playing her first date in New York City. Her manager, Sandy Gallen, had booked her there to introduce her to a new audience. And as you can imagine, she was sensational. Then a few years later, I was doing a show at the Amundsen Theater, and Jane Fonda came. And I was a nervous wreck because I was a big fan of Jane's. I actually rocked a clued hairdo for about 2 years. And Jane already had a draft of 9 to 5, the movie, but it was done as a drama. So after my show, Jane came backstage and she said she wanted to change 9 to 5 from a drama to a comedy. And she wanted me to be in it. I said, well, hot diggity. I'm in. And then later, Jane was driving home and she heard Dolly singing on the radio 2 doors down. And she thought, Dolly Parton, she would be great in the movie. And so we ended up with Jane, me, Dolly in 9 to 5. In 9 to 5, which may be the only film in the history of the business that the 3 leads had impromptu pajama parties. We had several at the Beverly Hills Hotel. And really, let's be honest, I mean, I can't imagine during The Godfather, can you picture Brando inviting Pacino and Duvall for a sleepover? I wonder what they would be wearing. I remember Dolly had baby doll pajamas, and I don't remember what the others were wearing. Oh, that sounds like a joke, doesn't it? Me sort of ogling Dolly. It was not intended. You know, 9 to 5 was Dolly's first movie, and she was fabulous. And during one of our rehearsals, I forgot a line, and she recited it for me. I asked her how she knew my line, and she said in her rapturous drawl, which I won't try to imitate, my voice is a little on the deeper side. I said to her, she said, well, no, don't start trying to do it. Well, she said, I never made a movie, and I thought I better memorize the whole darn script. And she did, even Dabney's part. And I said, you memorized Dabney's part? He played the boss, you know, Franklin Hart. I thought maybe 90% of you would have seen 9 to 5 because, well, it's been, no, I wasn't, that wasn't intended either. That was not intended under any circumstances. You know, I have double vision, and I'm trying to look at the prompter just to keep myself on an even keel. But I'm seeing, like, I see 2, and I can't see any of them very well. They're sort of like dancing together, the letters next to each other. 9 to 5 was nominated for Oscar for Best Song. See, if I shut one eye, I can see it. But it is so much bigger than any singular theme song on a movie soundtrack. In fact, that song became an anthem for our culture of the time, and just another example of how Dolly's lifelong compassion can be found in her philanthropy. No. Can be found in her, oh, I'm so embarrassed. I mean, it can be found in Dolly's philanthropy and in her art. She's received 2 Oscars, 11 nominations, Grammy nominations, an Emmy Award. She's released dozens of studio albums and sold more than 100 million copies. But tonight is not about her achievements on screen, on stage, or in the recording studio. Tonight it is about honoring her. I didn't know it was going to do this. I should have known that when there's an image that's stagnant, it starts doubling up on itself. So, let me just get down to business. Tonight is about honoring her for all that she has done off screen. It's her lifelong commitment to give back. Her humanitarian achievements are as staggering as her formidable singing career. Dolly's story is one of a woman who was born in East Tennessee, who never strayed from her roots. And Dolly has often said, to thine own, I know this part by heart, to thine own self be true. Just that line is what I knew by heart. She has managed to live that principle while reaching for unprecedented heights of fame. In fact, I feel sort of self-conscious when we're standing next to each other, because I personally have devoted more time to my career than to my activism. And it's belittling, really. That very authenticity, this is so great. We had something in the script earlier, and I said, I can't say that about Dolly. She's too precious, she's too perfect, she's so alive and she's just so simply, totally good. And we said, but there was a line in it, and we said, for a woman who has fake fingernails, fake hair, I suppose. I don't even know that's for true, but that's what I said. For all that, see, fakery, I can't use fakery with the word Dolly. It doesn't suit her at all. They thought this might be a good joke, and so I tried to work it and see if I went to the laundromat, I went to the butcher shop. I tried the line out, and you could see the look of perplexity and concern that came over the person's face, because I was betraying Dolly, the image, the soul, the heart of Dolly. And so you'd say, she has fake nails, fake hair, blah, 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 something. But she is the most authentic person I have ever known. And that's, and I know I've stretched the show till some of you are gonna have your cars repossessed or something. I didn't mean it that way either. That is why Dolly is so deserving of this honor. Her authenticity, her purity. And have you seen her making pancakes and stuff like that, that she's selling, and she's gonna give the money to, maybe Jane Fonda, I don't know. She's so, and but she's too savvy. She's pretty hip. And I'm gonna end this by just saying her authenticity, her generosity, her concern for other people for that reason, she really does deserve this honor, symbolized by the Oscar statuette. Were they trying to get me off? I'm sorry. I want to be off. I want desperately to be off, believe me. She is one of the few people who remains in this world that everyone loves and respects, not just in 9 to 5, but 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Congratulations, Dolly.